Good Sunday evening. I hope that you've had an incredible weekend and you were able to get a little relaxation in, get a little work done, and you're mentally prepared for an outstanding week ahead. So, title of this video, We Can Do Better. Now, you're probably asking, oops, excuse me, forgot my notes. What are we going to cover? Andy, great to have you on this Sunday evening. So, how can we do better? We've turned over the new year, of course, and with that, we've ended a lot of the discount periods, whether it's for fertilizer, chemical. Most seed companies have ended their discount periods, and people still didn't take advantage of things. Even customers with prices that have gone or increased, fortunately, people still didn't want to take advantage of discount periods. Folks, we can do better. We have to take advantage of the situations that present themselves, the opportunities that present themselves, so that we can maximize what we're doing. Because, well, we don't have a clue what's going to happen with this political situation over the next 14 days at least, or so. And we don't know how that's going to impact agriculture. We don't know how that's going to affect maybe payments going forward if we do have another disaster. If we look at this objectively, the government has printed boatloads of money in the last 12 months. And yes, they can print more, and yes, that sounds good. But every time they print a dollar, it devalues a dollar that's already in circulation. And your dollar purchases less. So we're facing a issue. But if you're not going to take advantage of discount periods, I'll just take Conklin for an example because I'm familiar with that since I am a distributor. We had a 12% discount period. And then we had an 8% discount period that just ended this past Friday. And I still had customers that didn't want to take advantage of that opportunity. We also offer a 3% discount if you go to our 2-day Fundamentals of Agronomy event and you have an account. And yet, with all the proven products, the proven experience, the proven network that is available, there are still producers that don't want to take advantage of that. Now, I'll be upfront. The people I've talked to, I want to apologize. I obviously did not convey enough value to you that you could make that positive decision to take advantage of this opportunity. But I know that I've had people that have commented on these videos that have been on, and Mr. Andy Chambers has been one of them in the past, that has conveyed the benefit of attending that 2-day Fundamentals of Agronomy event, even if you don't want to set up an account with Conklin. Folks, not only do we need to take advantage of discount periods when they're available, but we also need to take advantage of educational opportunities that are not raw company meetings that are just trying to push product and their highest margin products. We can't just go for a free meal. That doesn't get the job done anymore. I guarantee you that 2 days that you invest to spend time attending the ProAg will benefit you in the next 10 years significantly on your bottom line, even if you choose not to do business with Conklin Company. Something else, we can do better. this one's probably going to step on some toes. We really do need to be better about not sucking off the government tit, like a lot of the welfare leeches have done, going on generations for some of them. And yes, I understand. We can't control the weather. We can't guess at what's going to happen in the coming year. And I understand that. But what did the older generations that farmed do? How did they survive? How did they thrive? How did they build that legacy so that younger farmers could take over those operations for their families and continue to build on them? When they didn't have government assistance, when they didn't have government backing with bailout payments. Just something to consider, folks. Because if we're going to complain and bitch about other people taking advantage of government welfare and people taking advantage of food stamps and things, and yes, I'm not talking about the people that deserve it, that have fallen on some hard times for a little bit and they just need a little bit to get by. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people that have been on government assistance for generations. 2, 3, 4th generation people on that. Agriculture is going down the same road. So we can do better, folks. CRP was a great program when it came out. It definitely helped farmers stay in business by taking out some of the ground that was very unproductive and shouldn't have been row cropped probably in the first place. And it was very helpful in that fashion. But as I look around at a lot of the CRP ground, there's a significant portion not owned by actual active farmers. That program has also been hijacked by people that want to take advantage of it, and in some cases, very few, but some cases, people bought it, government pays them a CRP check, and then they get to go hunting on it in the winter. So you basically get paid to go hunting, and you got a tax write-off because you bought it. Folks, there's something fundamentally wrong when good, honest, hardworking farmers that are trying to do their best and trying to do better are the ones that get punished by higher land prices, by people that are absentee landowners, not contributing to the communities that the active farmers in those communities are having to support. And all those absentee landowners that are getting that CRP check are contributing our property taxes, which in my part of the world don't add up to a whole hell of a lot. And they aren't spending any money in the local communities. They aren't supporting the local schools. So we have a fundamental problem that we need to get better at here. And as I said last night, if you happen to join me for last night's soapbox, it's going to take a collective effort by everybody in ag to actually stand up and demand of our elected officials to start doing better and taking care of the people that actually put them in office. Well, depends on what conspiracy theory you want to go with. Some people say our votes don't count and they just put themselves in office. But I'll leave that to each and every one of you's viewpoints. Because I'm not going to get political tonight. I did that last night. But we need to get better, folks. We need to come up with answers We need to come up with opportunities to keep our communities, our rural communities, vibrant, to keep our rural communities active. As I'll just bring up another point, here in my community, we get a choice of 2 companies that get to bring internet service in here, if you don't want to go with satellite or anything like that. And realistically, neither one of them is very good. How come in this day and age, when I lived in another telephone district, they actually ponied up the dollars to put high-speed internet in every household in their area. Yet, a national company can't afford to start doing that in the rural areas and get them up to speed so that they can compete. Yeah, we're not going to get into the tax dollar thing, Ethan. You and I have discussed that before, and that's a good discussion. There's a lot of energy companies that suck off the government tit and probably don't need to, which would drive innovation to make them more efficient and independent. The one thing I will say about wind turbines is they do add quite a few tax dollars to the local economy. And I'll leave the rest up to everybody else to debate. So as we get ready to start this week and we prepare to challenge ourselves to do better, what aspects, as you set down to set your targets for the year before January 1st, what can we do better this week to hit our targets for this year? Maybe it's, hey, we haven't looked at any opportunities to try something new on 5 or 10 or 20 acres this year. Hey, you know what? We haven't really taken advantage of any educational opportunities in the last couple of years to improve our knowledge base so that we can improve our operations and the legacy we're trying to build with our kids. Because here, I'll tell you a fact. That your kids are watching you and seeing what you do to improve the farm. Your kids will take their cues. If you don't take advantage of education, if you're not taking advantage of going to things and trying to improve, more than likely your kids are probably going to take down that same road. And nothing good can come of that in the long run. So folks, we need to do better. We need to work on us. We need to work on demonstrating to others that we are striving for excellence. And change can start with just one person. So what can we do better, folks, going forward? If you want to have a discussion, call or text me at 515-822-7095. I'm always up for a good, educated discussion. And let's see how we can do better this week. Ethan, Brittany, Andy, awesome to have all of you on, as absolutely always. I'm not sure who the 4th person is, but I appreciate you joining tonight. Means a lot. Everybody have a great Sunday night, and we'll plan on seeing you tomorrow night.